Hey, what's up everyone, it's your girl Brand Shanae, and today I'm going to be doing a tag. It's been a long time for me since I've done a tag, and you know, all my followers, my subscribers, you know, I just love tags. And that was my son, he's just learning to walk, so sorry about the noise. But today I'm going to be doing the Disney book tag, so stay tuned.
Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something.
Okay guys, I am back, and so like I said, I'm going to be doing the Disney book tag. This tag was originally done by Katytastic, so I will leave her link down below, but let's go ahead and get started. So the first question is The Little Mermaid, a character who is out of their element, a fish out of water. And the first character that pops into my head a little bit that I think of is Laszlo from Stranger Dreamer, where he's pretty much a fish out of water. He's out of his own element when he's on his way to City Weep. And I think he was out of his element because I feel like, yeah, he was out of place in a way. So I consider him to be the fish out of water. I know some people might not agree with me, but that's just how I feel at the moment. That's the first character that comes into mind right now is Laszlo. So sorry if you disagree. So number 2 is Cinderella, a character who goes through a major transformation. When I think of a character that goes through transformation, I have to say, Okay, so I had to change my angle. I wanted to get a better glimpse if this was a better angle of my bookshelf. So I might do my videos like this for a little bit. But anyway, as far as the second question, when it comes to Cinderella, the first character that comes into mind, I would have to say Amani from Mirage, which is up there, so I'm not even going to try to get it. But she did a great transformation, like literally a transformation to become Miriam. Which is the princess that she is pretty much pretending to be. She's like her double in a way. And for Amani, she has learned a lot of things, especially the princess herself. Like, she's not evil as she appears to be, or how she pretty much poses to be. But Amani, definitely, I really loved her character because she does become Cinderella, because in the book, she actually finds the person that loves her for her, which is Miriam's fiance. But who knows what will happen. There will going to be a second book, but I would have to say Imani is the one that has the greatest transformation in the story, because first she becomes weak and everything, and then throughout the book she becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. So I'm gonna go with Imani as Cinderella. Okay, and so the next question, or the third question, is Snow White. A book with an eclectic cast of characters, and I'm gonna go with Harry Potter. At least go with the Sorcerer's Stone, the first book, right off the bat, because there are a lot of eclectic characters within the book. I find it very fascinating and very interesting as well. I'm sorry about the noise, that is my kids playing. But anyways, I think Harry, Hermione, Ron, even Malfoy, Hagrid, they're all very interesting characters, which I really love, and they're very eclectic because they're very different in their own way. They all have different goals but I guess their end, I guess you could say, they all have something in common in a way, but they all complement one another, which I consider eclectic. So I'm gonna go with Harry Potter, as in with Ron, mostly the main characters. So I think they're mostly the eclectic characters, and they're Snow White, especially when it comes to Harry. He's Snow White to me because he pretty much ran away from his Muggle family. So I would say Harry was definitely Snow White. When it comes to if you want to be down to who was actually Snow White, I would have to say Harry Potter for sure. And so the next question is number 4, Sleeping Beauty, a book that puts you to sleep. I'm gonna leave right off the bat. Nevernight put me to sleep because it was just a lot. There's a lot of language and everything, and the end notes and all that, the footnotes. It was just a lot for me, and I did fall asleep. Like, literally, I was trying to keep my eyes open trying to read that book. So I would have to say Nevernight. I know people might think I'm like, what the hell, you are crazy. But I have to say Nevernight. I'm going to give it another go because these books are gorgeous, So probably next year, sometime in 2019, I'm gonna really try to dedicate my time into reading the books and try to give it another try, because I really do not want to officially like DNF it and just not read it at all. So I want to give it another shot. So I'm gonna say a book that put me to sleep was definitely Nevernight. And then and then the 5th one is The Lion King, which I love that movie. Hakuna Matata. Okay, anyways, it brings me back. But a character who had something traumatic happen to them in childhood. There's a lot of books I say had a lot of traumatic things going on in their childhood. I'm trying to name a book on top of my head, and I'm trying to think really hard. Well, there was a book she's actually a real person. She actually wrote her book. It's The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. I would have to say, and this is a true story, something really happened to her in her childhood where she went through a lot. Her mom was pretty much bipolar and a whole bunch of other things that she had to go through. She was pretty much raised by her grandmother. Her mind just was not right, and she had gone through a lot where her mom said she was ugly and everything. So, and there's also a lot of stuff she went through as a child and growing up, being in foster homes and stuff like that. So I think Tiffany Haddish is a real character. She's a real human being, and I think with that, that is a person that has definitely gone through something traumatic in their childhood for sure. And I thank you for writing that, because I think everyone needed to read her story. So I'm gonna go with Tiffany Haddish. And the 6th question is Beauty and the Beast. A beast of a book, a big book that you were intimidated by but found the story to be beautiful. I wouldn't say it was a giant book. I guess you could say. The giant book, I will have to go with, well, I'm going to go with Winter by Marissa Meyer. That's the 4th book, or not the 4th book, well, part of it. It's in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I really enjoyed that book. But with Winter, I was definitely extremely intimidated because it was a huge book. It was the last book. That was the only thing that kept me going, because I wanted to finish the book. I wanted to know what happens at the end. I wanted to know if it was a typical happily ever after, or was it more realistic and more something that people can relate to in real life or in real circumstances and real situations, especially betrayal, family, villains, evil stepmothers, all that jazz. So I'm definitely going to say Winter from Marissa Meyer. That was definitely a huge book that I was definitely intimidated, but I found the story to be really beautiful and really wonderful, because each character had their own unique perspective and in the book, and I really love that book so much. I just love the Lunar Chronicles, and the Lunar Chronicle books are really thick as well. So I'm just going to say the Lunar Chronicles. How about that instead of just Winter? Because all those books were just beautiful. My favorite character was Cinder, of course, because she had gone through a lot, and then to get to where she ended up, that was just amazing. That makes me feel, I feel like I can relate to her in a way, because I feel like, no matter what, you can always build and go, no matter if, started from the bottom, now we're here, you know what I'm saying? So I would just like to say, like, yeah, the whole Lunar Chronicles was just beautiful. Beautiful writing, beautiful books, beautiful characters, beautiful world building, beautiful character building, just beautiful all around. So I'm definitely going to go with the Lunar Chronicles for sure. Okay, and the 7th question is Aladdin. It's a character who gets their wish granted for better or worse. She technically sort of got her wish granted. I'm going to go with Felicity from, what is it? Lord, I forget the character. Not the character, but it's, yeah, Lady's Guide to Petticoats. Yeah, Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy is the book that I'm referring to with Felicity, and I just love Felicity. I feel like she did get her wish, even though there was a lot of worse things going on. She still found a way to have her wish come true, as in to become a doctor. It may not have been that particular doctor she was looking for, but in the end, she finally has something where she can look forward to as trying to get to that goal, which I think she didn't expect her journey to be like that at the end, but it actually worked for the better than for the worse, if you understand what I'm saying. So I would definitely say Felicity as Aladdin, because she was wishing so hard to become a doctor and she worked really hard. So the circumstances, it might not have ended as she had thought, as she was like, oh, I'm going to be working at this great institution or anything like that. But instead she still works and becomes a doctor and sort of figure things out, but it just doesn't happen the way she expects it. Just like in Aladdin, he never thought that his life would change like that and fall in love when he just rubbed a lamp and got his wishes granted. You never know. So when you do get your wishes granted, you have to realize that they're not always going to turn out how you think they are, but they're going to get granted, but just in a different way and concept and circumstances. So I'm definitely have to go with Felicity with that one. And then the 8th one is Mulan, a character who pretends to be someone or something they are not. I'm gonna go with Percy from the Gentleman's Guide to the Gentleman's Guide to Petticoats. Oh Lord, the Gentleman's Guide, Lord. Yes, the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I'm getting them both mixed up. So the Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, I'm gonna go with Percy. He was trying to be this guy with great stature and great everything, but the thing is, he was not perfect. He was trying to be perfect in his own way, but he realized himself that he wasn't. And I feel like with his character, a character who pretends to be someone or something that they're not, he was also pretending like he was not interested in men, and he was trying really hard to be interested just in women. But the case is, he was really attracted to Monty. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Or Percy. Yeah, am I right? I forgot so much. I don't remember, but I think it was Percy. Or Monty. I forget. Let me see, actually. Okay, I was getting the characters mixed up, but it's Percy, not Percy, but Monty, who's trying to be a person that he's not. Percy is his best friend that he's actually in love with, but he pretends that he's not in love with him, and he pretends that he is not into men in general, and that is just women. But I would have to say that is for a character of Mulan, a character who pretends to be someone or something that they are not, and that's what Monty was doing. He was pretending really hard to be something that he wasn't, and when he did that, he was a drunk. He was just not acting himself. He was just all over the place, and just really upset at me because of, the choices he was making, due to the fact that he was trying to hold himself in and to deny who he was. So I'm definitely gonna go with Monty from A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue as far as Mulan goes. And so let's go to the next question. Okay, and the next question, which is the 9th question, is Toy Story, which is such a classic movie, and that is a book with characters you wish would come to life. I really would like to meet Zaylee from the Children of Blood and Bone by Tommy Adeyemi. I really would love to meet them, like Zaylee, just Zaylee is the person that I really want to see and come to life, because she seems such a great character who's loving and caring, cares about her family, cares about her culture, cares about her heritage, cares about just everything, just cares about everything and everyone, and herself and her history she cares about, which that's a character that I would really love to see come to life, because I feel like she would be inspiring, even if she's not. I read the book and she's not even real to me, but I feel like she is, because she's inspired me in such a way that I read it like a couple times actually, and I can't wait for the second one, by the way. But I would want to meet Zaylee really bad, because I just feel like she would just be a wonderful person, and she definitely is adventurous, which that's what I am. So I'm definitely gonna go with Zaylee for number 9. And then last question is for number 10, Disney Descendants, which I really haven't watched that much. It was okay. It just wasn't my thing. But your favorite villain or morally ambiguous character? My favorite villain that I have read, I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with Queen Lavanna from the Lunar Chronicles, because I was able to read her backstory during Booktubeathon, which I'll leave that link up above. And I really enjoyed Queen Lavanna because I finally got to realize, like, read her backstory and everything. Every villain has a backstory, which is very interesting and wonderful, because no one's born a villain. You know what I mean? Something happens to them drastically or dramatically where they had enough of abuse in some shape or form. And so I feel like Lavanna would be the perfect one, your favorite villain. She's my favorite villain because I understood what she went through. Like, I understand what she went through. I know all the hurt she went through. So that's the way she was. I mean, she was a bitch. She was the way she was. She had done a lot of things to people, but, like, I don't blame her. But I wish she thought about other things besides betrayal and cruelty and abuse. But I get it. So I'm definitely going to have to say Queen Lavanna for number 10. But that is all the questions, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Yes, it was a little noisy because I do have my kids in the background playing with each other. But I really enjoyed this video because it brings back my childhood with all the Disney movies like Lion King, Cinderella, Snow White, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Mulan, Toy Story. It just brings a lot of things back that I really enjoyed and really loved. And I hope you all enjoyed this video because of my answers. I think they're a little bit different than others, or maybe they're similar, I'm not sure. I know some of my character selection may be a little weird, but I want to be different. I don't want to just be in the same, you know. I just want to change up my answers a little bit and try to analyze my answers, because I feel like with my answers, there's meanings for that some people may not see until there's an explanation. But I really hope you all love this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button and that bell so that you'll be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But today there's not a particular person that I want to tag in this book book tag particularly, but if you haven't done this video, you are officially tagged. So go ahead and do this video. I really would like to see your answers and how you would pick your characters in this book tag. But thank you so much, you guys. And if you have read any of the books that I have talked about, as far as the characters are from and the books and everything, please let me know down below so we can have a chat. But thank you so much, you guys. See ya!